Alright, welcome back everyone to Planet Coaster. This is part 3 of what'll end up being a lot. Evergreen Groves here, my 1980s style park that I'm building here in Planet Coaster in the deciduous sandbox mode. One thing I did do before I started the recording, because the little recording box that you can't see right here is over top of my paint options on these little tiny things, I changed my park entrance gates to actually be this darker forest green. I did have a look at some of the shortcuts as well, because I had some ideas, and I'm going to edit this building, and I do want to change this a little bit. And the advanced move is X, and there we go. So that's good. So I don't need... Oh, I'm inside the building now. So I can kind of do these things without worrying so much about that paint thing. So what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to move these things here, and what I believe I can do is I'm going to go back to my, I think they were roof trims, were they not? I got to put my filters on. I'm going to put my building filters on. I'm going for a very Canopy Lake style, I don't even know if Canopy Lake Hansa Park type vibe. It kind of looks like the Hansa Park entrance over in Germany. But it's got more of this Canopy Lake feel to it. So I'm trying to find where that beam was. I think it was in columns. Was it not? Yes, it was the painted column. That's exactly what it was. Oh, and it remembered the colors that I was using, I think. Is it? Let's have a look here. Oh, see my painted wood plank. See, I can't get to the paint there. You all can probably see what it is, but I can't. Does it look the same? It looks slightly off. So I'm going to go with this and this there. I'm going to delete that one, I guess. It's just slightly off. I wish I could really tell what that is. So we're going to go for here. I got the 4. Oh, it looks good there. I'll see. It looks like it's the same. Yeah, see that other one is better. It's slightly orange, more orangey. It's very odd that it looks a little bit different there. So I'm going to go with that there, and then what I can do... So I basically want to make two things that look. So if I do Control X is my shortcut, that's duplicate and advance move. So it'll basically place the same exact item in the same exact place, and then it'll give you the advanced move. So I can do all of this. Those are clickables that are up in that little box that's being covered by my recording screen. I think I can do background record, but I didn't have the confidence to do it, and I think it starts when the game starts, so I think before the next part I'm actually going to quit out and then see how it does that, although I do like that the little timer is telling me how long I've been recording here. So we'll see how that goes. Oh, so I hit cancel there. That places that. That's good. Yeah, see, and that's the same one. So for whatever reason, the light is just hitting them slightly differently. I don't really know why, but the light is hitting them somewhat differently. In those second two places, it looks interesting. But perhaps that's perhaps it has to do with the timing. Maybe I can set this to like 1 o'clock and it looks the same. Yeah, I mean. Yeah, it looks the same there. Okay, good. So I guess it was just the way the light was hitting it. Yeah, those look good. Okay. I like that better. Again, if I click T and get rid of the column and sort of go down into first person, I can see that this is like some really cool wood style looking building with those I like the wood on the underside there. That looks really good. I like the way that looks. Yeah, so Hansa Park over in Germany again. If you're a fan of the channel, that's a very cool entrance. It looks very similar to this. It's like a brick building, but it's got this castle, like this like a wooden castle, but it's got like the wooden castle vibe to it, which looks cool. So okay, so before I get more intricately detailed with that, I think I'm going to do something off the side here. I'm going to stay with this modern wooden look because I like the way that looks, and I'm going to put some more detail around there to spice it. I might even use these wooden pieces here, these edge trim pieces that look quite good up there. But I think I'm going to go back to these wall pieces. I'm going to do some angled because I got a lot of curves here, and you know, the curved roof and the cylindrical look here. So I think I want to come off the side, and I sort of want to have it. Oh, see, they've got the curves, but then I also want some pointy bits. You know, if I'm gonna go for the evergreen groves, if I want to keep the forest-like look of the entrance and the wooden type look of the entrance, I want to have it look like trees and mountains and something like that. So I think what I'm going to do is, let's see how. This might be too extreme, but let's see how this looks. See, that doesn't actually look too bad if I do it. Let's see. Um, if I get it out here and then bring this up to match, that'll sort of go underneath, and that looks kind of cool. Actually, kind of like that. But let's see where if I do the 2-meter slope. Oh, that might look interesting. Maybe I'll bring it off of here though, and I'll do that. I'm just gonna try and do this here and see how this looks right now. Oh, I didn't want to place that. Go off here, and then it's gonna go down. It's gonna go down to the ground a little bit. So that's okay. But that's okay because that's kind of where I want it to go. So if I do that, and then I sort of go over here, and again, still building on the grid, I'm gonna go here, and then I'm gonna raise it up. Oops. Go here. And delete that. Go reselect it. So I think that's back level with that. Yes, it is. And we'll go here. You know, thinking about maybe doing some live streams with this too, and then posting them after the fact. I don't know how that's going to work. You know, it was a suggestion from a few different people when I posted on Facebook earlier today. So, you know, that might be something we do, whether it's YouTube Live or I'm not on Twitch. I'm not a Twitch type person. We're not really in that scene. You know, this seems to just be better for us, and we know things a little bit better, so we're probably just going to do this for now. But you know, if you want to build parks, go back to the beginning or so of that first episode, and you know, I sort of go through all the you know, the restrictions that we have here, and I think it would be quite fun to have other people build parks. With us. So, you know, give it a shot. Go back to episode 1, and if you're working on an 80s park or something and you want to share your creations, certainly do that. Picture, you know, whatever it is. So now I'm trying to figure out, is that at the ground level? I think it is. It is at ground level. So I guess the question is, can I change the grid size? I think I can. Yes, I can. Okay, so I can change the grid size, so now this is sort of in the middle. And I think that's kind of what I want. I think I want it out here. And maybe I'll do side by side and bring that up here. Again, I'm not working on really any rides or anything at this point still. I'm just trying to get the park entrance to look really nice. Should I go up one more? I don't want to go up one more. It seems like that's a little tall. Let's see here. So if I shift and go up here, let go of shift, it locks my height. Again, becoming more familiar with the controls. Yeah. And then it'll kind of do like that. Oh, it went down just a little bit too far. I think that's the right height. Yes, it is. Okay. And you know, this is a good way to pass the time too, especially with COVID and everything, and the parks not being open. It's, you know, very few parks are even doing. Very few of the parks are even doing Christmas events. I saw that Six Flags Magic Mountain was actually doing like a drive-through, winter event. So that's kind of neat. If anyone's kind of done that, you know, let us know what you thought about that was, because there's lots of things that the parks are trying to do just to get a little bit extra out of the season. And you know, I may venture to Hershey Park one time um, during the winter season at some point. I don't know. I haven't really decided yet. I've gone a couple of times, as many of you know, this year, having the season pass and everything, but I don't know. Cases on the rise in this area. Who knows? I don't really know if it's something that I'm gonna end up doing. But you know, we'll see. Okay, so now I gotta try and figure out what. Oh, that's. I think I'm gonna do these rooftop things, and I'm gonna do them. I'm going to try and make them match. See, these are sceneries of different types, so they're not going to match. So I need to try and match the color as best I can. That looks pretty good, so I think I'm going to do that. And we'll do that there. I think that looks good. And again, we'll put some of these foresty green accents. So now, if you're familiar with the Roller Coaster Tycoon series, you know that you just can't build scenery objects into the ground or into other scenery objects, whereas Planet Coaster, with this hyper customization, you can just do anything you want. So I can do things like that, and it looks amazing. And the game just doesn't care that I've built roofs through these panels. So that's great, that it allows you to do things like that. Now the issue here is going to be. The issue here is that I've just got these little thin walls, so I've either got to have something like this, which actually I don't mind, because I think I can do some really nice underlighting there. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do that and kind of go for the underlighting later once I turn it to nighttime and do lights. That roof does go through there though, which I'm not overly happy about, the way that kind of pokes through there. Yeah, that's a shame. Perhaps I will just leave it like that then. Here's a ridge. What can we do with this? If I hit shift, see, this is going all over the place. Oh, do I want to do? Oh, I can't align to surface, so I want to do auto stacking. Oh, well, I might be able to do something there, to cover that up. So I think that looks good. Yeah, I'm kind of liking this. It's got kind of like this mountainy look to it. I'm kind of wondering if maybe I shouldn't have one more of the sharp peaks going through here, just to give it a little bit more of a look. So I think I am gonna do that. Again, I understand that this is not necessarily going to be the type of content that everybody who watches our channel is going to enjoy, but you know, I'm really excited to be playing this game again. It's a lot of fun. Super customization can be really very creative with everything. So you know, just really looking forward to doing that. So and if you are a Planet Coaster fan, obviously, then you get to see my creations, which I'm sure are not nearly as good as what some of you guys are coming up with. Let's see, do I have auto stacking? I want auto stacking off. That's what was giving me a problem there. I don't want it to be that steep. I want it to be like that, but I don't want it to be as tall as that other one. So can I just do something where it looks like that? I kind of like that. If I rotate this, then bring it over. See, I think that looks pretty cool. You've got sort of these peaks and stuff. Those aren't quite the same, and I think it looks kind of cool with the peaks and the mountains in the background and everything. Yeah. Now what's going to be interesting is I wonder if I'll be able to... see, I'm building this all off of the main entrance building, so what's going to happen is I'm going to want to try and duplicate the same look over on that side. So we'll see how that goes. That could be a little bit of a challenge, but hopefully the tools that this game has given me is going to allow me to do this pretty easily. So we've got 2 meters square. I think that's the roof piece that I was using before. And nope, it's got to be steeper. I think it's 4 slope. There we go. Yeah, so that's what I was using before. So now if I go down here, it's going to stick through that building, but I don't mind that as much. I actually think that looks kind of nice. It does look like it's going to clip through there. Is there a shorter piece that I could use? Oh, that's right, because it is not at that same height. I made that a point, that I did not want it to be at the same height. Let's see. I think that's the correct height. Yes, it is. Okay, so we've got this neat looking bit over here. Kind of like the way that looks. I wish that didn't clip through the wall. Maybe I can do something about that. I guess I could have built it, you know, off a little bit more. Yeah, it sort of clips through there. Maybe I can put some lighting or some scenery that will sort of break that up. But I think for now, it's probably okay. I'm not sure that I'm completely loving that right there, to be perfectly honest with you. I like this whole look. Yeah, I'm not liking this here. I think I'm gonna take that out of there, and figure something else to do there, because I really just don't like the way that looked right there. There's some things that I can do. I can put some of the trim pieces here, and that'll sort of cover that up. Maybe I'll do that now. So let's see here. I think we're going to do the auto stacking. I think that helped me before. There we go. Nope. I'm going to turn auto stacking off now that I'm at the right height. And if I make the grid size very small, I might be able to... It'll go to the half pieces. It'll go to the half, which is good there, and then it doesn't look like I can actually get it to the point. Well, can I get the snap? No, there's no. See, this is some of the things that don't do the snapping. Some of the pieces snap because they're like trim pieces. So let me place that there and see if I can click and do the X for advanced move. Does X let me do the advanced move on this piece? I don't think it does. Yeah, it doesn't look like I can do advanced move on that piece, which is kind of a shame. Oh, it's flat. I didn't realize it was flat because that's the same that's on the top there. I see what it's doing now. Okay, so maybe I don't like that that's there. So I'm gonna have to come up with something else, that I want to do. Let's see if there's any roof trims. Roof trims. Oh, there's eaves. Okay. So we've got roof eaves. Perhaps this will be better. Oh, this might give me a little bit of variance in what I can do here as well. I'm gonna change the grid height back to the 2 feet because, I think I was probably a little bit better off with that. Okay, so if I rotate, now I'm there. 2 feet. Oh, there we go. So I can have that nice little angle that kind of goes in there, and that piece is there, but you're never going to see that, so I'm okay with that. And it gives it just a little bit. Oh, maybe that's what I should have done. Maybe I should have had another piece like that that sort of comes up. Well, I think that looks okay. I'm gonna go with it. I think I can do some nice underlighting there. I think I can put some logos and some trim pieces and everything in here that I think will look quite nice. So now for the tricky part, it's trying to duplicate all of that. So I guess, let's see. I'm gonna take a drink of my water here. I'm gonna try this multi-selection tool and see if I can actually multi-select a bunch of things. See, it selects the whole building. So that is not quite what I wanted to do. Let's see, can I click to add remove? See, it adds the whole building. I can edit the building. Let's see if I do multi-selection. So you can't select buildings with multi, it'll only select the whole building. So unfortunately, taking a sip of my water there. Unfortunately, it looks like I am going to have to try and duplicate building this entire thing on the other side. But the good news is it's not very complex, and it's mostly straight lines. And I think this is starting to look pretty good. And I think I'm just going to go with this size thing. Start to put maybe some billboards or something here. I want to put my park sign up here eventually. And then some trim pieces. And then I'm going to start doing the lighting. Because the lighting is amazing in this game. So, I'm going to edit building, and we want the wall pieces, I think. See, and it's got these nice curves and everything, but that one that I showed you at the beginning of the first video had these curves, and I feel like if I start doing curves, it's a little bit too similar to that one. You know, the look that I'm going for on the roofs is completely different and everything. But I don't want to copy things that I've seen before. So there, I think I've got the right height there, so I'm going to come over here, and because I'm building off of the same grid, I know that that and that is kind of where I want to go. I'm going to make the height grid 2 just to make it a little bit quicker here. Oops. Oh, and the other thing I did, I actually closed my stalls because what happens is when you build stalls, they automatically have the vendors in them, and I'm not at the point where I want to worry about staff buildings yet, so I kind of just close my stall so the vendors just kind of hanging out there. So then we got a 2-meter wall. This is good. So while I'm trying to do this, I'm not going to necessarily talk all the way through trying to duplicate this on the other side. What I will do instead is, and I'll try and do this throughout these videos when I'm doing things like this that are just duplicating something that needs to look symmetric or doing something very benign. I'll talk just about the general theme park, the way of the theme park industry. You know, because that's something that people might be interested in. Considering, you know, the state of the world and everything that's going on, and, you know, perhaps some of the new rides that are coming out. Velocicoaster is looking very, very cool down there at Universal. some strong desire to go ride that once it finally opens. I'm just kind of looking to see if there's something here. I don't know that that's quite right for this. Really strong desire to go ride Velocicoaster when it finally does open. Hopefully in the spring sometime. As many of you know, that I've been very not so happy with Universal ever since the removal of Dueling Dragons, and I know that I may be in the minority with that. And I hear wonderful things about the Haggard coaster. It's just I really miss Dueling Dragons. It was a ride that was part of my childhood in a way, and in the if you've ever seen the America's Greatest Roller Coaster Thrills DVD series, the Next Generation, I think, was the name of the one that I best knew, which was done in 1999 2000 timeframe, right when Islands of Adventure opened, and Incredible Hulk and Dueling Dragons were brand new, and they were featured at the very beginning. They were the feature rides of that DVD. So, they were rides that were highly sought after by me, from my childhood. Volcano was on that DVD as well. So that's part of the reason that I've been particularly defensive of Dueling Dragons and Volcano over the years. So, that's I think Velocicoaster, the way that ride looks right now, is maybe going to be the ride that finally gets me to say, okay, I'm going to go back to Universal, because it has been since the closing of Dueling Dragons, since I've last been to Universal, which was Labor Day weekend of 2017, I believe. So that's that's the deal there. Okay, so I need to get my colors back here. I don't know which color did I go with. I need to go over and match these colors. I could just look at the color code, but in my recording box that is there, it should be here. It should be on here somewhere. It should be in my recents. Is that it? That's it. Okay. Yeah, so Velocicoaster and Iron Gwazi, of course. I mean, I think those are far and away the two rides that I'm most looking forward to in 2021 and in what is hopefully a normal year. Definitely seem to be the top two. I mean, Iron Gwazi looked like it would probably be one of the top coasters anyway of 2020. I was particularly excited for Candemonium and Orion. I knew that I was going to ride those. I knew that I was going to ride Candemonium a lot because I was getting the Hershey Park Season Pass. Even with COVID, I did go to Hershey Park 3 times this year. I went on 4th of July weekend, or at the Sunday of 4th of July weekend, right after we came back from Kings Island, and then went once in August time frame, and then again towards the end of October went to get the night rides, because I hadn't gotten the night rides. Because they were only open until what was it? They were only open until 8 or 9 o'clock or whatever. Whoa! Wow, it slowed down quite a bit there. They were only open until 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock. Was it 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock? It was 9 o'clock, and in the middle of July in Pennsylvania, 9 o'clock is not quite enough to get completely dark. So I didn't get the complete dark night rides. Finally got them, though. Finally got them in October for Hershey Park in the dark. I'm trying to. My height is off here, and I'm not quite sure why. It's ever so slightly off, and I don't know why. I'm sure that all of you can see perfectly why that's not lining up. But what is my other roof lined up? Oh, it's a different roof. That's why. So this roof here that I had on this side had this wooden, it was just there, but this roof over here has sort of this wooden overhang. That's interesting. I don't know which I like more. did I pick here? Oh, it's for 4-meter square buildings. And then this has the wooden overhang here. This over here did not. Okay. So perhaps I was just selecting the wrong roof type. Okay. I like that wooden overhang, so I'm going to put it here. And this is just part of how this game works. It's figuring out that, you know, you do stuff and then you find better ways to do the same stuff. Yeah, I don't want it there. I don't want it to clip through. I want it to do that. And they blend together pretty nicely here. I don't know what kind of sound you're hearing. I do have the game volume down pretty much, and there's not a lot of sound to hear from the game because there's nothing happening. You know, but we'll see exactly how that goes later on down the road. So there's that. There's the formula. I'm curious as to why that doesn't seem to match up there. Did I not do them at the same height? I bet I didn't do them at the same height, because I didn't check that. Oh, see, and here my mouse killed itself again. The battery, my USB mouse, I don't know if the battery's just low. Maybe the battery's just low, but it seems to be, the battery seems to drop out every once in a while, and then I can't do anything. Let's see here. I'm trying to figure out what that height is. Okay, so we're making good progress. I've got the roofs on both sides matching. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a quick save. It's been a little bit, so I am going to save both of my parks here. Evergreen Groves 1. Evergreen Groves 2. Again, this is a good habit to get into, is to just saving your games twice, and then you have them if something awful ever happens. So let's continue investigating what the problem seems to be here. Oh, I want to edit the building, and I'm gonna go on this slope, and I think change to 2. That seems to be lining up there, and then, there we go. Okay, so that is the height that I want, and hopefully it's at the same height over here, and I have a sneaking suspicion that it's not. Oh, my grid changed to 13. I needed it 7 so I can get things there. Yes, they're ever so slightly off. Well, that doesn't surprise me a bit now, based on how things were going. So that's fine. Oh, those were built slightly into the terrain, I think. I think that was the problem. See, that's what I get for changing the grid size when I didn't need it. When I didn't need it to be that specific. You know, I kind of get what I deserve there. Okay, so now my roofs will line up much nicer, and my OCD with things like this will be much better when it's completely symmetric. Because that would have bothered me if I would have had to have a main entrance gate that just isn't completely symmetric. So there we go, and we'll come over here. Oh, did I miss it? There we go. You can probably hear you might be able to hear my 3D printer running in the background. If you're, so we've been doing some pretty cool things with the 3D printer. We're starting some, ride layouts. Dueling Dragons is the first one that we're doing. So that's pretty cool. Those will be available for, if they're not already by the time that this video, goes up, those will be available, soon for people to purchase. They will take a while to make, but I think they're gonna look great. They're gonna be quite neat. But if you're also interested, our Patreon page, it's a shameless plug here. Our Patreon page, if you are a member of our Patreon at the $15 level, one of your added perks is that you get to select a ride logo magnet from the 3D printer every 3 months, and if you're at the $25 a month level, you will get to select a ride logo magnet every month. And so far, the patrons have said that they absolutely love them, that they look really cool. We've got several to choose from already, so if that's something you're interested in, certainly send me a message or something and let me know, and we can figure out how to get you possibly joined in on our Patreon. So now I'm trying to figure out, it looks like this is the right roof to use over there, but I feel like my gap is much larger over here, and I don't really understand why it's lining up there. You can probably see it. I can't. I can't see why it's all not the same. Roof trim. What is this? Yes. Oh, align to surface. See, I don't know what actually happened here. I thought that was what I used over there before. And I thought I had it placed, like, roughly here. Yeah, see, that's what I had before, so I'm wondering... That's what I had placed there before, so I'm wondering if I didn't build the other bit, symmetric. Yeah, I definitely didn't. See this, the problem here. Let's see here. Did I do this correctly? See, it looks like I did, though, so I'm kind of struggling with what I did wrong. I'm just gonna zoom out a little bit here and see if I can find the difference. They look the same. Doesn't it look nearly symmetrical with the exception of that little piece there? I'm not quite sure what is going on there. I wonder, did I build this roof too low? I don't think so. There's one panel there and one panel there. So it's quite odd. But this is looking really good, and I think putting some more trim pieces and everything around here, I think it's going to look really good. And obviously the lights, which is, the trim piece is going to come next, and then probably some trim pieces, and then maybe some lights, and figuring out how we're gonna finish this off. Yeah, I'm kind of curious what I've done to screw this up. I'm sure everybody's yelling at me through the computer that's watching this, saying that they know exactly what I've done and that I've done something very, very obvious and stupid. But I can't seem to... See, that looks like it's coming out further, doesn't it? Yes! That's exactly what it is. That comes out way further. If you look at the grid, that's like quite a few units out further. And this, it's much, much closer to the end. So that's exactly what I've done. So now I'm going to fix this in this episode now that I've caught it. So I've got this, and I know that this is the right height. So what I'm going to do, if I make the grid smaller so that I lock this to the correct spot, which I think is there. Does that come in like that on the other one? Again, this is very OCC or OCD, paying attention to detail here. No, it comes into the roof. So I need to move it in so that it clips into the roof just a little bit, which means I probably have to change my grid size down to there. So, okay. We're gonna get this looking good and perfect before you know it here. Okay, so there's that, and I want it to clip in just a little bit, and I think that is what we want there. Beautiful. Okay, so now I can delete these pieces that, you know, look nice, but, again, so I can do this now for the third time. Yes. See, and the thing is, like, with something like this, see, if I were trying to do this, and, you know, in CAD, for example, and it was just getting really, really frustrating, you know, that would be one thing, but, to be quite honest with you, you know, this is fun for me. I'm enjoying this quite a bit. You know, even going through and finding the things that are not perfect, because there's certainly a lot of things that aren't perfect with this, but, you know, trying to get the exact look that I want and making things look perfect in this game is just really, really rewarding in my opinion, because you can, again, that hyper customization level, you can just get everything to look exactly how you want. And that's really the purpose of this, and you know, why I'm making these videos, is you're just seeing the creative process, which for me is a lot of fun to do. For some people, it's a lot of fun to watch, and if it's not a lot of fun for you to watch me do this, then that's fine. I understand that, and we'll have plenty of other videos and content that we will be doing that probably are for you, that you will enjoy much, much more than just watching me build these roofs and walls and everything for this fake theme park that you will never ever be able to visit, unfortunately. But I've got some really cool plans, I think, for everything that I'm going to do here. So hopefully we've got some good things here. While I am going to finish this episode by completing this roof and making everything look symmetric. So I've got the basic structure of the entrance of my park, which is going to look really cool, I think. Very woodsy. Again, not really a particular theme so much here. I know we are going for a we said a classic 80s is kind of the loose theme here. It's not so much the theme of the park, if you will, as much as we're saying, oh, you know, we're going for the theme. You know, that's when the park is placed. You know, we might do some more theme-specific parks later. Let's see here. I've got my grid height. There we go. Perfect. Okay. I'm gonna flip this around. You know what? I'm gonna do this first. Perfect. That's exactly what I'm looking for. We'll rotate that there. We'll go around on this side, make sure that it looks the same. It does. Then we'll bring this over here. I believe I want this to look like this. So that's what it looked like on the other side with that little gap in there. Alright, and then we'll take the 4-meter square wooden wall. And we'll plunk it down there, there, and there. And then finally, I'll go back to the pitched roof. And this is our special roof with a little wooden overhang that I really liked. And we'll place that down right there. So that, I think, is kind of what we're going for. I think this entrance is looking really, really cool. Again, for a park called Evergreen Groves, I think it looks really nice and woodsy, which I think is kind of the look I'm going for. So I think we will wrap up this episode here, part 3. Main entrance coming along very nice. Next episode, I think I'm gonna go for some trim and some accent pieces, give it a little bit more of that greenish color. And then I think maybe figure out what I'm going to do for a ride sign, or not a ride sign, a park entrance sign that's got to be up across the middle here, so people know where the hell they're going when they come in through here. And then, depending on how that goes in the next episode, maybe we'll get into the lighting, because the lighting and everything is my favorite part of this game. It's just absolutely beautiful, the lighting and everything here. So you know, that'll kind of be the next thing we go into. So I'll leave you with this sort of a first-person look at what the entrance of this park is going to look like, and I'm pretty pleased with the process so far. Hopefully you've enjoyed this phase of the process, and we'll see you in the next episode.